Greetings, fellow citizens. This is Citizenkong. Someone once said that all is fair in love and war. Well, that's just nonsense. Not everything is fair in love, and not everything is fair in war. Take love, for example. Showing up at a woman's house in the middle of the night, drunk, or leaving creepy notes on her door, that's just not fair to her, or so I've been told. War, the nature of war is, they say, war is hell, and I believe that saying, that aphorism. The whole nature of war is that you're supposed to dehumanize the enemy. That way it makes it easier for you to kill him without remorse. And of course, he's trying to kill you, so that's some pretty good basis for you to strike back, to fight and kill. If you've been following my videos, if you know a little bit about me, Citizenkong, you know that I am not in favor of the Iraq War, that I think it was a big mistake, but that's besides the point. While we are there, fighting a war against the civilians, or fighting a war involving the civilians, is a messy, messy thing. Me being a liberal, I do subscribe to The Nation, and I'll have to say that I haven't read this in detail, and I know one of you commented, "Oh, you didn't read it," but let me give you some of these highlights from soldiers in Iraq. This one man says, "An IED went off. Gun-happy soldiers started shooting and a baby got hit. This baby looked at me like, why do I have a bullet in my leg?" We approached one house and they had a family dog barking ferociously, doing its job, and my squad leader, out of nowhere, just shoots it. They open the body bags of these prisoners, and one soldier has a spoon. He's reaching in to scoop out some of his brain, and he's smiling. I'm like, dude, these people don't understand what you're saying. And they say, oh, they'll understand when the gun is in their face. One military convoy hit a little Iraqi boy and 3 donkeys and killed all of them. Judging by the skid marks, they barely slowed down. There was a guy that used to come by our shop. He was a Green Beret in Vietnam, and of course, he didn't really talk about the war too much. But he did let on that there were some pretty strange practices by the soldiers there. One was collecting the ears of the enemy and making a necklace. And these are American boys. These are boys that grew up here. And I'm sure there's plenty of stories of things that happened in World War II. Anytime there is a war, it cranks. I guess in order to survive, you have to become some sort of animal. But I don't think it's always the case. I know that there are men that are just and that try to still fight the good fight and are repulsed by what they see their fellow soldiers do. This is another story in The Nation. Well, that's not The Nation. This is The Week. And this is titled The Beauchamp Affair. Are U.S. Troops Really Sadists? And apparently there was a man who blogged under the pseudonym Scott Thomas, and they wrote about him in the New Republic. He talks about there was an infamous joker and troublemaker. He got his jollies wearing the top part of a human skull on his head like a crown. The man who wrote the article said he himself taunted a woman whose face had been melted by an explosion. I love chicks that have an intimate with IEDs, he recalled saying. It really turns me on. Melting skin, missing limbs, plastic noses. A fellow grunt nearly fell over laughing. He continued. The woman desperately fled. So, it's pretty horrendous. And there's people that believe that this can't be true. I mean, it usually falls into 3 camps. There's those that say those are absolute lies. Our boys aren't doing that over there. Then there's the other ones that say it's wrong And these boys should be brought and a lot of them are boys. That's the thing, you know. I mean, they're young men. There's others that say these men should be young men should be brought to justice and punished for their crimes, because some of these things that they do are war crimes, or some of them are just plain immoral. Maybe there's not a law against it, but I mean, shame on them. And I'm not saying every soldier over there does that. Look, okay, I mean, it's just a small group, but it's the fact that it's happening at all. And then there's that third group that says there's a war on. You know, these men are our boys. We should stick by them no matter what they do. And that's the group of Americans that really frighten me. And these are the same people that vote and help pick our leaders. And God help us if these sort of minds take control of our nation. All right, this is Citizen Kong. Cheers.